Hey guys, Nathan here, Mom's Crew here today. Welcome back to my channel. It's been a long time ever since I made a commentary. I apologize for that. For you guys that do not know, I have sold my HD PVR a couple months ago, so I had to rely on the PlayStation recording to actually make gameplay, and it isn't that bad now that the recent PS4 update really made it faster to transfer files from USB. So like a game like this that's 10 minutes long, before the update it would take about 30 minutes to transfer, and now it takes like 3 or 4, so that's really nice. So anyways, in this video I'm going to be talking about Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, as you can see on the screen. Now I do have mixed things to say about this game. There are some good things, and unfortunately there are some bad things. But let's start on a good note and let's talk about the good things. So yeah guys, sit back, relax, hope you enjoy, and let's get started. So anyways, man, Sledgehammer, you really did good with this game. Man, this is the first time in forever that Call of Duty has actually refreshed itself with the new exo suits abilities and the jumping. Man, you guys made it really good. I honestly thought this game was gonna end up like Halo, where it was gonna be hard to kill people if they're in the sky, but honestly, if they're in the sky, they're a much more easier target than if they're on the ground. These abilities, they really did make the Call of Duty franchise alive. It's alive now, and I like this game because of that. But there are a few things I would like to address that I really don't like about this game. I do like how the grenades are now launched from your hand. You shoot them out of like an armed cannon, which is pretty awesome. The score streaks in this game, though, they're such a pain to earn. Like, I play the objective. As you can see in this game, I do cap a couple flags, and I do end up getting all my kill streaks a couple times, but it's such a pain just to get a UAV. It's like you have to get a tactical nuke off Modern Warfare 2 just for UAV. Like, if you don't even capture a flag, you have to go 9 kills without dying just for a UAV or something around there. And it shouldn't be like that. In Black Ops 2, you had the option to either play the objective or, just not get kill streaks. But in that game, at least, it didn't take that long to get kill streaks, without playing the objective. And I do like how how Sledgehammer put in modules for the kill streaks. So if you want to add things to your kill streaks, like for example, the UAV, if you want it to sweep faster, you can just put the sweep faster module on it, and it just requires more, like half a kill more to get, which that is real nice. So yeah, those are really the only good things I have about this game. Say about this game, and I hate to say that in a negative connotation or make it seem like negative, but it kind of is, because I don't know. I can't really blame Sledgehammer for what the lag experiences we've been having lately. The guns are pretty balanced for the most part. I think the gun I'm using right now in this game, the Bal 27, is going to be nerfed or something, because the accuracy is just ridiculous on it. It's really nice. So you can hit people across the map. There's little to no recoil with it, and lots of people have been mentioning that it is overpowered. Now, I don't see how it's overpowered, but I do think in a way the accuracy is making this gun way too good, and I think the update that's going to be launched a few days from now will fix a couple of the weapons, and by fix I mean they're going to buff or nerf a couple of them. So what is there bad about this game? Now, I really don't mean to bag on this game, because the game's like 3 days old, but honestly, the things that I'm about to complain about, or address, positive way of saying complain, are things that should have been, thoroughly tested before the game even was built. Like, the final build should have not had all these issues. So, any of you guys that played Call of Duty Ghost, which a lot of you have, because a lot of us hate the game because of the time to kill, one good thing about Ghost, I'll give Ghost, is that it had really good hit detection. That's why the time to kill was ridiculously high, because none of your bullets would really go through the guy unless your connection was bad. So if you had a bad connection and you were complaining about lag, that's completely your connection's fault, because there was little lag compensation in that game. And what lag compensation is basically the servers that Advanced Warfare is using our peer-to-peer servers, so they rely on one person to be host, or a console to be host. So that one person that is host of the lobby has to, their game console is kind of turned into a mini server, if that makes any sense. And anything that happens in the game goes through their console, and the console sends out the signal to the other players that they've been hit, they've died, or whatever. Lots of lots and lots of complicated terms here, but so that means there's gonna, with a lot of lag compensation. The lag compensation is good for a couple reasons, and I really stress couple because it's not really a good thing. But without lag compensation, we would be aiming in front of people to kill them. Because what lag compensation does is that it actually moves the hitboxes back to the player model, so you don't have to aim in front of them to kill them. If you played any Call of Duty on the Wii, Call of Duty Black Ops, no, not Call of Black Ops, Call of Duty 4 or Call of Duty World at War, you know what I'm talking about. With no lag compensation, there's no shooting around corners, which is a good thing, but there's also crappy hit detection. Now, if you have too much lag compensation, this is where it backfires. You have games like this, Advanced Warfare, which should have been tested, multiple times before even, they test most of these games on a local area network connection, or LAN. So all the hit detection is going to be perfect because you're in the same room or the same connection of people, and there's little to no lag. But here's what this is where not Infinity Ward, Wrong Game Company, and I'm not going to point out anything, but the wrong part, or the bad part about this game, is that it has too much lag compensation. Now, like I mentioned before, with too much lag compensation, you have the getting shot around corners thing that should have not been in the game in the first place, because if this game was tested thoroughly, it wouldn't have that issue. What they do, like I said, they just test a local area network, and they assume that everything is good, and them, what I mean by them is Sledgehammer. They did not turn around and test this globally. You have to test this globally. So, for example, if we tested, I don't know, an American dude playing against a European person, connection's bad. Well, okay, then we're not going to match European people with Americans, because the connection isn't the greatest. But they failed to test that, and now we are suffering from all this lag. If you are in an Advanced Warfare game right now as you are listening to this commentary, check your scoreboard and tell me how many red bars you see on your screen. More than likely, you'll see more than 4 or 5 people with 1 bars, and that is I have no idea what's going on. The netcode in this game, I hate to compare this to Battlefield 4, but it's worse than what Battlefield 4 was at the start. There's no rubber banding in this game unless you get a really bad host, but the lag compensation ruins everything. In this game, there's actually a couple good examples of this happening whenever I shoot 4 bullets into somebody and I only get 1 hit marker on them. That's pretty much what I'm talking about. And also, if you get if you're shooting at somebody and they turn around and kill you, look at the kill cam, and it only shows that you put 1 bullet into them, but on your screen you put 3 or 4. And I think that if this is not fixed in the next patch, which supposedly is going to fix it, Sledgehammer is shooting themselves in the feet, and this is also a little bit of Activision's fault too, because Activision is not spending the resources to make the servers great. They should be dedicated by now. This is 2014, not 2006 or whatever, but even in 2006 or whatever, some of those games like Counter-Strike, they all had these dedicated servers that ran the game perfectly. So, I don't know. This game, it's fun, and I love how they put the thought and idea of these suits in the game, but the lag is just ruining it. And if you want more of a consumer point of view, on the launch date or the launch night, PC nearly had 80,000 people playing it on Steam, according to Steam, which Steam is pretty accurate. And considering there's no online, there's no counter in this game that tells you how many people are online, you kind of have to rely on Steam to tell you the stats and stuff. There was 80,000 people playing at launch date, and now there is roughly 8,000 people on there right now as I speak. And what does that mean? That means 7/8 of the community has given up on the game already, and it's only the 2nd or 3rd day that's been out. And 7/8 is approximately 87.5%. So nearly 90% of the community has just given up on this game, and I feel bad because this game is real fun, but it's just the lag is ruining it. And I'm sure anyone could agree with me on there, unless you're the one that is benefiting from lag compensation. As you can see, I checked the scoreboard here, and there's only 2 guys with 4 bars. And regardless of the host, if you have a good host in this game, it's gonna say everyone has 1 bars, and I don't know if those are true 1 bars or if they're not. But like right here, man, that pissed me off to the max. I nailed 4 bullets in this guy point blank, and he turns around and shoots me twice and kills me. That's what pisses me off the most. This game is really fun, but like I said, this needs to be fixed. This issue just needs to be fixed, and this game will be flawless. But don't end up being like Infinity Ward and not fixing all this crap, because, like the title said, you're shooting yourself in the feet. See you guys later, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this commentary. See you guys later. Bye.